Hi friends, very good afternoon. In today's video, I will be talking about key pointers for investors in their financial journey. Please note that this is a free educational video purely for the purpose of learning. This should in no manner be considered as any kind of an advice, offer or promotion to sell anything. Purely for investor education only. Okay, the first pointer is obviously, a lot of people have this aspiration or as an investor to retire rich. So, the basic science is that you need to start investing early in your life to reach a certain goal. Now, why that? Primarily because of the power of compounding. Because of compounding, and if you start early, you will be able to reach your goal not only quicker, but also the overall multiplier would be far better. Okay, next, equity as an asset class is not for everybody. The investor needs to understand his risk appetite and then only enter equity. However, it has been seen in historical data, and historical data, of course, is not any guarantee of future, that equity generally tends to outperform other asset classes. However, there is no guarantee of any kind of return in equity. So, investor needs to keep this disclaimer very clearly in his mind before even deciding to enter into equity as an asset class. So, keep this in mind, study your risk profile, and only then venture into equity after having a thorough knowledge in the field. Okay. Now, what I want to also highlight is that you don't need to have too much gyan to get into investing. Basic knowledge of key concepts can also be a starting point for an investor to begin his investment journey. Basic knowledge is sufficient to make a beginning. Start with smaller amounts and take calculated risks. Next is power of compounding, which I've said earlier. This is a magical thing. Because of compounding, you reach far quicker to your overall goal because compounding is a multiplier. So that's a great thing which investors need to understand. Then comes asset allocation. Now, what is asset allocation? That means a mix of various assets. It could be equity, debt, alternate assets. It could be any other form of assets, depending upon the investor's risk profile, which the investor needs to do on his own. Why asset allocation? Because it minimizes the overall risk because of diversification. Why? For example, in a particular year, an asset may not do well, the other asset may do well. So you average out. And in long term asset allocation, past data shows to do better compared to in terms of risk adjusted return. Of course, historical data is no guarantee of any future, and investor needs to know that. But overall, asset allocation may prove to be a healthier strategy. Okay. Now, last but not the least is the investor needs to also look at tax efficiency of the investment class before investing. Which asset class is going to give you what kind of overall tax implications? To study the tax laws and only then, apart from your overall thinking, get into a particular investment. Thank you very much, and I hope you like this video. Take care.